Well, greetings everybody and welcome back to Marble World. The series is back on. So after months of uncertainty, both organisers and competitors alike were relieved when an agreement was struck for this series to continue. Yes, it's been a long time, but we are back. And just to remind you where we're at, BJ Swallows is now the competition leader, but he is less than a second in front of Wet Farts, who is in second place and probably the most consistent out of these competitors at the moment. Then we're down to Arse Biscuits, who is third from Sherlock Holmes. So as you can see, there's only a 26-second gap between first to 10th at the moment. This field is as close as it's ever been, I think. So can't wait to see how we go today. So looking at the points competition, BJ Swallows is on top there on 163 points there. Milo Drinker in second spot, remembering that he had a win earlier on in the competition. Wet Farts is third there. So what will happen today, Milo Drinker will actually be wearing the green jersey today. Sad man, after his win in the last race, is actually up to 5th in the points race, and Ranks Butt Wiper rounds out the top 10 from Slaughter & Sons. Looking at the team standings now, Sherlock Holmes continue their good run, a 36.85 second lead over STD Contractors, with Ditcher Quick and Hide in third place, 48 seconds off the pace. Slaughter & Sons still holding the back end of the field with 3 minutes and 39 seconds, but they'll be looking to improve as Ranks Butt Wiper has actually improved his standings in the competition. So now let's throw over to the start-finish line as we prepare for the start of the race. Looking at the front of the grid now, we have Jerry Attrick on the front there with Doug Fleeballs right next to him and Slobtastic and Lucky Phil rounding out the front there. BJ Swallows is in yellow and up the back there, but that is not a bad position to be in as he plans his trip down the track. Looking over to the next side of the grid there, we've got Milo Drinker on the front there, and he will be looking to increase his dominance in the points race. Even though he's currently second to BJ Swallows, he's only 18 points behind, and he'll be definitely looking to improve on that. The Come Down riders of Tokyo Sexwell, Regis Queeper and Roger Dildopoulos also in this part of the grid. Looking at the back markers now, we have Lord Harry Dixon Balls also from Come Down in the front row there, and we also have the boy that can't be named in the back row there. Moving across to the back markers on the other side, we have Dick Splash, the man himself, right up the back there. He will be looking to improve on his disastrous campaign so far. We also have Vaughn Wormbasher in the front there, Kim Cumsock, El Rositas and Window Liquor. Just waiting for the start now. We are following BJ Swallows down the course as they've already gone early, even though we're still at red lights, but it looks like we are go. As we can see Milo Drinker going down there, but Lucky Bulger seems to be first off the rank there. Milo Drinker is in a handy position, second by the looks, and we also have Jack Knopf and Fritz Grunter going well there. As Milo Drinker looks to be the first into the wall, he's airborne. What a great effort that is. Look at that. He looks like he's going to be on the ladder first. There he goes. There's Fritz Grunter. Eaton Beaver's done well, although he's been flown back there. As we watch the marbles come in, Barry Turnips has got airborne there. That was very, very impressive indeed. But yes, the balls are coming in there at a rapid rate there. We just saw a few others. There's Buster Hyman going through the air there as well. And looking at the massive part of the grid there. Look at those people there. Looks like we've lost a few already. There's Richard Stiff, who's already out of the race, and Pepe as well, who's lost all momentum and cannot move. So very disappointing as we watch Milo go over into the red section first. Clearly first at the moment. Lucky Bulger appears to be in second, although those time gaps can be deceiving at this point in time because once they hit the wall, anything can happen. As you can see now, Fritz Grunter is definitely in second with the Nigerian Prince email scammer in third spot there. There's our yellow jersey holder there, BJ Swallows. He appears to be in sixth place at the moment, but as we follow Milo Drinker down into the drop part of the red section, and he'll be looking to maintain that lead, although he's struggling to get down the hole a bit. But there he goes. It hasn't got a lot of momentum through there, and then BJ Swallows has got an excellent run out of there. So he is challenging for the lead now. Milo Drinker in first, BJ Swallows second, and we're following Fritz Grunter at the moment, who's in third spot. Just looking back through the field, there's the Nigerian Prince, who was up as close as fourth, but he seems to have dropped back a bit there since. Continuing on with Milo Drinker and BJ Swallows, the green and yellow jersey respectively going through there. But it is Fritz Grunter who's actually overtaken BJ Swallows there, doing well. But Milo Drinker will be the first into the spinners, I believe, down here. Now, this is where things can be really shaken up here, so it will be very interesting to see where we end up after this part of the course. This is really the first major part of the course where we have shake-ups. BJ Swallows, the yellow jersey holder, has actually gone through in first place now and is preparing to go through to the ladders. Just looking at the rest of the field now from the airborne stop. There's the Kiwi sensation Scott Krebs going through, as well as Mike Crotchburns, Jedi Knight and Fritz Grunter, who seems to have been held back a bit. And there's Milo Drinker as well, the green jersey, who has definitely lost a few spots there. You can also see Rama Mandeep very far back there, although he seems to have gotten a better run through there. As we look at the ladders now, it's clearly BJ Swallows in the lead. El Rosita seems to be in second spot at the moment, and we have the Kiwi sensation, the first on the ladder over the other side there. So Swallows into the green section now, following him through, and he's continuing on his good run. So the yellow jersey doing very well. El Rosita seems to be in second there, with Seymour Clavage and Mike Crotchburns doing well as well. And they're both overshot there, so it looks like Grunter might have actually gotten through there. We'll go back and look at that shortly. BJ Swallows clearly in the lead now. No, it's Jedi Knight in fact, and Mike Crotchburns in third spot. Continuing on with BJ Swallows as he continues down the course, making great progress there. Jedi Knight in a clear second spot there. The Power Genitalia rider would be very happy with that. They have had a very disappointing campaign to this point of the race, so very good to see him doing well. There's Bend over there, appears to be in ninth spot, and Milo Drinker all the way down in 10th. As we continue on with BJ Swallows leading the course, doing very well. Jedi Knight on his hammer there, but BJ Swallows has quite a handy lead there, although he has just been held up a little bit. Jedi Knight does seem to be narrowing that gap, should I say. Okay, El Rositas in third, and then Mike Crotchburns in fourth spot there as they go down to the next ladder. It is Swallows, Knight and El Rositas very close together. They're going to hit the wall pretty well at the same time, and I would expect them all to be on that same rung. And Mike Crotchburns and the Kiwi sensation Scott Krebs and Fritz Grunter have all joined him on that. So we have 5 on that first rung there. Just watching a few of the others come in there. There's Oliver Handy coming in there. Barry Turnips and Riano Keeves as well. Dougie Fleaballs, who we saw at the front of the grid earlier on, doing well. And watching a few of the others, these are the balls that are a little bit further behind. As we head into the blue section now, it's anyone's race here. We've got BJ Swallows, the yellow jersey, up the front there, and it looks like El Rositas is going to lead us through this section. Remembering there's a lot of speed boost through this section, and he will get flung up there along with everybody else, and it'll be anybody's guess as to who gets to drop down into the bottom part of the blue section first. So Rositas still leading us up there. Swallows in second spot. Who's going to get the best run here? So it looks like we've got Mike Rochburns and Fritz Grunter have dropped down, and it looks like Rochburns has actually had the best run down. He's into the bottom part of the blue section now, preparing to go through the first anti-gravity well as he heads on down. So Fritz Grunter in second spot there. Now, currently the scoreboard's telling us, Ivor Biggin has actually moved into third spot there. So that blue section can really shake up the field there. Mike Rochburns currently in first spot there. Fritz Grunter in second, Ivor Biggin third. And Grunter and Ivor Biggin are coming through there, but it looks like Fritz Grunter has actually probably got the better of the run there. BJ Swallows is finally into the orange section. Mike Rochburns and Fritz Grunter leading the field, first and second at this point of the race. Rochburns goes through the tubing, or prepares to. He's going through there now. Clearly in first place at the moment, but Fritz Grunter, although we can't see him in picture at the moment, he's not far away either. There they are together into the pink. We've got Jackanoff, Doug Fleaballs, and the yellow jersey of BJ Swallows there as well. Looking like they are in, well, it's saying that Jackanoff is in third spot there. We'll have to wait for things to tick over there. Mike Rochburn's going through the checkpoint in first place there. Fritz Grunter definitely second, and Jackanoff is third. BJ Swallows back up to third now as he continues on. He's having a pretty good run though, but he's having a running battle with Jackanoff at the moment. So Jackanoff appears to be third on course, and yes, BJ Swallows has dropped down to fourth again. So Fritz Grunter and Mike Rochburns are clearly in front there. They have a 3 or 4 rung ladder lead there. Zlatan Bagadix from the Cumden team has actually jumped into third spot there with the Verb there, Wayne King. Swallows there, a couple of rungs back as well there. You've got Jackanoff and Vaughan Wormbasher as well. So looking from the top, we can see that Bob's Your Uncle's actually been flung off there. And we can also see that there's other marbles that are sort of a bit out of it there. But this is probably the better angle there. Clearly, Fritz Grunter and Mike Rochburns, the two in front there. Zlatan Bagadix and Wayne King are also there. But scrolling down, we want to be looking out for where our green jersey holder has actually fallen to. There's Dick Splash right next to the green jersey winner of Milo Drinker, so they are well back now. Milo will be very disappointed with that as he was hoping to increase his lead. As we prepare to go into the next anti-gravity well, Fritz Grunter and Mike Rochburns preparing to go up there pretty well the same time. It'll be up to them to see who takes the race lead after this part of the course. And it is Grunter in front there from Rochburns, but they are very close together there. But Grunter has the better run there, and it'll be interesting to see which line they end up taking there. There's the Verb there, Wayne King there, as BJ Swallows and Doug Fleaballs prepare to go up. Grunter in front there, Mike Rochburns is in second and not travelling as well, although he's coming through the new section now. But it is Grunter clearly first, nearly going off the edge there too. You have to be very careful through that section. It might be something that the stewards need to look at for future races to make sure that area is 100% safe. As Grunter continues through the purple section, and he's going to be looking to drop down very shortly. There is clear daylight between him and Mike Rochburns at the moment. Can Grunter get the drop down straight away? He has. He's done very well there. And then into the ring of fire and then down through. Mike Rochburns, on the other hand, looks like he's going to be taking the long way. So Grunter has a very sizable lead at the moment. Wayne King, the Verb, is actually in third spot there. And Zlatan Bagadix from Cumden is in fourth spot. Yes, we had a quick view of Mike Rochburns there going the long way there. There's Zlatan Bagadix, who's moved into second spot. Doug Fleaballs is trying to look down, and there's BJ Swallows looking to go down. He's actually dropped down as well, but Grunter is actually into the yellow now, so doing very, very well. Clearly in first place there at the moment. Zlatan Bagadix is second, and then Wayne King, the Verb, is in third spot. Doug Fleaballs is in fourth. Mike Rochburns is still registering as fifth, but I think he might be further back than that. It really does depend on when he goes through the next checkpoint as to where he really sits in the race. But Zlatan Bagadix well and truly behind Fritz Grunter there at the moment. You can see Fritz just off in the distance there. Wayne King coming through and actually travelling quite well, and there's Doug Fleaballs as well. Wet Farts has actually moved into fifth spot, remembering that Wet Farts is less than a second behind in the overall standing, so this is the move that could actually put him in yellow for the next race. According to the scoreboard, we have Wet Farts in fifth and BJ Swallows in sixth. If the standings stay at that rate, then Wet Farts will definitely go into yellow. There he is, the man himself. And there's BJ Swallows, almost camouflaged into that yellow section as Fritz Grunter prepares to go through the portal. Into the big black section, and there he goes. Down he goes Now, once again, this is an area where a lot of change can happen because these spinners are quite big. There's Wayne King, the Verb, doing quite well. Hits the red there. So clearly Wayne King's actually in second there now. Slutdan Bagadix has been held up as in third. Wet Farts is up to fourth now. So BJ Swallows looks like he's in sixth, but we're following Fritz Grunter at the moment as he prepares to go through the next spinner and then down into the next drop zone. Slightly held up through there, but he is preparing to go through the dish now. There he goes. Wayne King is not that far behind, although I would say that Fritz has a handy lead there. Wet Farts is in third spot there. Slutdan Bagadix has dropped down to fourth. Fleaballs is fifth, and BJ Swallows is sixth now, preparing to go into the yellow section. So he's got a lot of ground to make up there. There's Grunter there preparing to go into the ladder there. Wayne King is in second spot there. Wet Farts third. Slutdan Bagadix is fourth there. But Grunter has a very good lead there as he continues on. Wet Farts coming into the ladder now. He's up onto the podium there. So this could put him in yellow after this race is completed. Bendover going through there as well is in 8th spot according to the ladder, although it's just been changed to 7th. But we're just waiting for them now to reach the top of the ladder, and it'll be this final flourish as he's going to go to the final anti-gravity well and into the final part of the course. Remembering, after this area there is one major spinner to go, and then everything is decided. So Grunter got a poor run through the gravity well there, and Wayne King is right on his hammer. Wet Farts has also done very well there, but it's Grunter and King first and second at the moment, neck and neck. Farts is right on their hammer in third spot. It will really depend on this spinner. There's BJ Swallows, he's up into fourth, although Slutdan Bagadix has actually got a much better run through that gravity well there. Fritz Grunter preparing to go into the dish. Wayne King right on his hammer there. Wet Farts is in third spot and not that far behind, so he's close enough if he's good enough. BJ Swallows is in fifth spot. Wayne King hits the spinner first, but he's held up, as is Fritz Grunter. Now, Wet Farts has timed his run to perfection, and he will go up the hill, and I believe that he will win this race. And we have to have a look at the time again. Remember the time, 9:33.560 is the record, held by Sad Man. He's just going to be just outside that time. Yes, a 9:34 that he's done for that race. Well done to him. Wayne King looks like he's going to finish in second spot there. Now, I wonder where Fritz Grunter is, because they both got held up badly at that spinner, so he could still be down there. So it'll just be interesting to see. There he is. Fritz Grunter definitely coming over in third spot, and it looks like we've got a few people in front. Yeah, there's BJ Swallows has got up to fourth, so he's trying to limit the damage there. Jacking off fifth, just crossing the line now. Slutdan Bagadix is not far behind them either. Eaton Beaver's been held up. Bendover is probably gone through in ahead of him, and Doug Fleaballs is right behind Bendover as well. So an excellent race from Wet Farts. As I said, he's been very consistent in this competition, and it's only right that he's actually going to be wearing yellow at the end of this race. Congratulations to Wet, a great competitor and a very consistent competitor. So we're just waiting for some of the other positions to come through. There's Dr. Pornsack going through in 10th spot. Lord Harry Dixon Bulls from Cumden doing well in 11th. And there's Ken Oath and Bruce Darsell coming through there. And we're just waiting on the rest of the field now. Eric Shen, Gary Teed and Craven Moorhead going through very quickly. And Seymour Clavage is going to round out our top 20 for us. So here we are. Wet Farts is our winner, 9:34.136 seconds there, a 4-second win over Wayne King, then Fritz Grunter, BJ Swallows and Jackin' Off round out the top 5 there. An excellent result for Wet, as I've said before. We're just scrolling through now, looking at some of these other names there. The name that we do want to try and find is Milo Drinker and find out where he actually ended up, because he's actually out of the points today by the looks of this. I haven't seen his name. There's Dick Splash there, once again in 50th spot there. So no joy for Dick. He's really struggling in this competition. There's Milo Drinker, dropped down to a disappointing 59th in this race. Very, very disappointing indeed. And then Fat Dong was our last race, 69. Nice. And then we have the DNFs. So looking at the standings, we can see the Wet Farts is our new leader, 12.4 seconds in front of BJ Swallows. That 5-second time gap that the winner gets has really helped him there, just to give him some breathing space. Jackanoff has moved up to a credible third, but 53.26 seconds down. So it's a race in two at the moment between Swallows and Farts, with Farts getting the better of the other movers in the leaderboard. Mike Rochburns has moved up from 8th to 5th there. Geriatric has dropped just down one spot there to 6th from 5th from before. And the biggest disappointment of the day was Milo Drinker, who has dropped out of the top 10 with a very disappointing finish. In the points competition, BJ Swallows maintains the lead, 23 points in front of Wet Farts, so that margin has narrowed slightly there. Milo Drink has actually dropped down to 3rd, Wet Farts has moved up to 2nd there. Other shakers and movers there, Wayne King has actually entered the top 10 for the first time there in 5th spot on 113 points. Email Scammer, Sad Man winners from previous stages are starting to drop down, 6th and 7th respectively, and Roger Dildopoulos is right on the border there in 10th spot. Looking at the team standings now, Hooker Cockram have moved up 3 spots to take the lead in that competition. They have over a 2-minute lead over Sherlock Holmes, who have just dropped down 1. Lemon Auto Hire, big movers, going from 8th to 5th in the competition. And Bowles Frigdy also moving from 10th to 6th. Our biggest losers in this particular competition, STD Contractors down 6 spots to 8th. And Ditcher Quick and Hyde, who have dropped down to 11th after being 3rd earlier on in the competition. So looking forward to race 6 coming very shortly to you. Thank you for joining us today, and we will see you soon. Bye bye.